This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Tonight on the South Today, Dunedin's Fable Hotel has been named as the top hotel in Oceania at a prestigious awards. White Ribbon Day is remembered in Dunedin with everyone encouraged to ask for help. And we have a guided tour through one of Christchurch's managed isolation facilities. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Dunedin's Fable Hotel has been named as the top hotel in Oceania at the prestigious Haute Grandeur Global Awards. The lavish five-star boutique hotel was this week's named the best luxury hotel in Aotearoa, being named best city hotel, best historical hotel and more.
Christmas has come early for the new general manager at Dunedin's Fable Hotel.
Yes, it's fantastic. I just stepped in as of Monday. Last night, we won the best award, the best luxury hotel in New Zealand. So it's amazing for me. Yeah.
Jeffrey Lee worked for the Hilton Company for 18 years prior to signing up with Fable's parent company. He moved to Dunedin this week and was over the moon with Fable taking out the nation's top hoteliers award. However, winning awards isn't new for the team.
They kind of I expected. You can see our hotel is beautiful. We are fully refurbished, and you can see contemporary design. We provided the best service in town. I'm sure what I expected this award to come. Yeah.
Fable is operated by CP Group, who spent more than $10 million refitting Dunedin's historic Wayne's Hotel, opening the upgraded 50 rooms and restaurant last November. The opening couldn't be celebrated then due to COVID-19, but Lee says now might be the right time.
Yeah, we are thinking about it now. Definitely, which is I had to share with my colleague, which is grew over there front office manager, and then it's overdue, way overdue. So we are quite excited. We won this award, and also I heard about Auckland border is going to open December 15, so we can have celebrate all together festive season. I'm quite excited.
And the brand is looking to grow, with Queenstown expected to join the Fable stable soon, while the Dunedin team continues to reach for the stars. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The National Party has had a tumultuous 24 hours after Judith Collins was ousted as leader earlier today. During a National Party meeting, Collins received a vote of no confidence after demoting MP Simon Bridges last night. Collins demoted Bridges after he allegedly made inappropriate comments at a conference 5 years ago, which Waitaki MP Jackie Dean heard.
And at some point, Jackie Dean joined that. We discussed our wives, our children, and I engaged in some old wives' tales about that and how to have a girl. And I entirely accept and are regretful of that day because I acknowledge that some of what I said was clearly inappropriate.
Dr Shane Reety has been named as interim party leader until a decision has been made next week on who will lead the party. Today is officially White Ribbon Day, noted around the globe as a day in which people stand up against domestic violence. Several events were held around the South, encouraging people to seek help and shine a light on the issue.
Motorcycles roaring into Dunedin's Octagon this morning. White Ribbon Riders are among the groups supporting the Dunedin collaboration against family violence on White Ribbon Day.
I mean, this year's campaign's about shining the light on family violence prevention, as you know. Other years has been around respectful relationships, and the conversation that still needs to be had with males in this country at the moment is that it's still okay to be not okay.
People who have worked through violence issues often talk about the red mist coming down or a red light going on. Rider Jamie Addison says people need to learn how to regulate their emotions.
When it comes to that red light coming full on is to try and breathe, is to try and look at the bigger picture in terms of I need to talk to someone, I need to do it now. If I don't, this is what's going to happen.
Rhys Clark works as a peer support counsellor at the Otago Corrections facility near Milton. He says there's generally another emotion underneath the anger, which can often lead to hateful words, emotional and physical violence.
So the opposite of hitting someone is crime. It's the same thing in reverse. So my thing would be is to ask for help, and in doing that, and saying that violence against women or anyone else, children, people, is wrong.
Michaela Corcoran from the Dunedin Collaboration Against Family Violence believes people should feel proud to be reaching out rather than scared.
And yeah, there's no stigma within these agencies. We just want to help. So if you're experiencing it or concerned that you're going to perpetrate violence, or if you're experiencing violence, just reach out. We're all here to help. We're all on this journey together to support one another.
And she admits successive COVID-19 lockdowns have put strain on many families across the country.
I think being shut in with no work, no means to contact your support centres apart from online, I think that contributes hugely to family violence going up, or violence in general going up, which is really gutting.
Campaigners say anyone in a violent or potentially volatile situation should call 111 immediately. They're also encouraging people to reach out to others who might be a perpetrator or a victim to check they're okay, helping shine a light on domestic violence. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Emergency services were called to a serious crash in central Dunedin early this morning. One person was seriously injured when two vehicles collided at the intersection of Castle and Hanover Streets shortly after 6 this morning. Traffic was diverted through Frederick Street while emergency services were at the scene, with a tow truck called to help remove the vehicles. Crews from Fire and Emergency New Zealand, Police and St John Ambulance attended the accident, which happened to be just outside Dunedin Business, Castle Street panel beaters. What could be one of the last new MIQ facilities has been unveiled to the media in Christchurch. The Quality Hotel Elms has been reassigned as New Zealand's 32nd MIQ facility and is just days away from opening.
The masks go on. The first guests from overseas are due to arrive early next week at the Elms Quality Hotel MIQ facility in Christchurch. The hotel hosted a behind-the-scenes tour of the facility and its operations for media and members of the local community.
So we're hoping to get as many members of the community here today that can see what we're doing here and how we're keeping people safe.
The 92-room facility in Papanui will initially be used for Kiwis returning home, along with fully vaccinated people from low-risk countries. Canterbury Regional Operations Manager Lucy Wright says strict security measures are in place to ensure the community's safety, but she insists there are still many basic freedoms for the lockdown guests.
So welcome to our 7th facility, the Elms. You're out here in our fresh air area, which is where our returnees are able to get out of their rooms and walk around and enjoy the beautiful Canterbury weather.
The MIQ Hotel has strict national standards they must adhere to protect the returnees and the community.
As you can see, we have layers of security here, so all of our facilities have 24/7 security. We have the double layer of perimeter fencing. We've got CCTV coverage of the fresh air area, and when returnees are in the area, it's also covered with a static guard from one of our security agencies.
The hotel has defined red and green zones around the property, green for staff and red for returnees, with staff kitting up in PPE according to the areas they're working in, all with the aim of reducing the spread of any germs. Aldous says the facility is quite fortunate to have such a large, secure outdoor fresh air space, with the Christchurch Hotel aimed at easing the MIQ wait for returnees and visitors. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. A transition to renewable energy may be the future for Southland's economy. And in this week's Global Insight, Professor Robert Patman takes a look at the Chilean general election.
Head on down to the University of Otago Oval this Sunday the 28th of November for a double header. The Sparks versus the Central Hinds and the Bolts versus the Central Stags.
G'day, Maroon Lampard from the Sparks here. We have a fantastic team this year, so come down and support us. We'd love to see you there.
Black Friday flash sale. It's a total price blackout at My Mate John's. For a limited time, he's taken a whopping 30% off everything.
And My Mate John.
Hi, it's November. We think that's too negative. We're calling it Govember. Time to go shopping. We've got a huge amount of stock we've bought in as special for you. So there's big selections of short sleeve shirts and polos, long sleeve casual and fashion shirts, jeans, trousers, casual trousers, shorts. Go check it out at Alex Campbell Menswear. Go while it's safe. Go while you can. Go while you save. It's Govember.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So remember, it's not November, it's Govember. Alex Campbell Menswear.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
I think the best thing about it is we're all there to ride safely and deliver that message to, some of the kids that are out there, hopefully showcase that riders and drivers can integrate together. So yeah, it's just being part of sharing that message really of riding safely when you're out on the road.
Welcome back. Discussions around the future of Southland's economy have been held this week. The aluminium smelter at Tiwai Point is expected to close in a few years, and a transition to renewable energy may be the new future.
Discussing possible changes for Southland's largest asset. Representatives from Ngāi Tahu and the government were among those at the Murihiku Regeneration Science and Innovation Wanaka this week. On the agenda was Tiwai Point's potential transition to green energy. Unless contracts are renewed, the aluminium smelter near Bluff may close at the end of 2024, with a switch to sustainable hydrogen production one replacement option. Ngāi Tahu ki Murihiku among those endorsing the idea.
We have a future in this island and we want to have a voice in how we're going to participate more intelligently in the future.
The proposal could create up to 5,000 jobs in the next 5 to 7 years. Energy and Resources Minister Megan Woods says the government's working on a plan for a domestic hydrogen facility and acknowledged uncertainty around the smelter.
Southlanders deserve certainty about the future of their region.
There are still several stages for a transition to take place, with large investments and policy changes needed between central and local government, iwi and private investors. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Otago's red-billed gulls are bucking the national trend with a gradual increase in numbers for the local population. But questions remain about where they gather to breed and nest. So the Royal Albatross Centre is helping track down nesting sites and are asking for the public's help.
A busy day on Otago Peninsula. And now amateur bird watchers who flock there to help researchers in discovering where red-billed gulls are nesting.
They nest coastally and they're breeding frantically at this time of year, and it's possible to get a good estimate of the total population by going to their breeding colonies and counting them.
The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment is supplying Curious Minds funding for the project. Organisers Sally Carson and Dr Chris Lalla hope the public can help them in uncovering other nesting sites.
But you'll see them sitting, and they'll often be sitting on nests or on eggs or have chicks. So we're wanting people to take a photograph.
The biggest and most obvious colony is at Taiaroa Head, with the second largest colony at the Otago Yacht Club Marina. Carson says they know where the big colonies are, but are keen to find out where smaller colonies are hiding.
So the Red-billed Gull Project is a participatory science platform, and we want to involve the public and schools in helping us to find out more about this species.
Some schools are already encountering red-billed gulls in their outdoor areas, with young citizen scientists observing the birds in their schoolyards and beyond. Lala says the population of red-billed gulls, or taraponga, in Otago is stable or increasing slowly, at a time when numbers are decreasing in the rest of the country. Birdwatchers are able to share their findings with the team via the iNaturalist.org website. In Dunedin, the South Today.
An Ashburton couple are honing their six-shooter skills in preparation for a slightly different Masters Games event. Jane and Robert Lavery are training up for next year's February's Games in Dunedin, which will feature sport suitable for the likes of Calamity Jane.
Squeezing the trigger of a revolver reminiscent of the Wild West. Jane Lavery and her husband Robert are buckling their holsters and practicing their gunslinging in preparation for the New Zealand Masters Games. The Rakaya couple are training at the Ashburton Pistol Club for an unusual sport, the cowboy action shooting competitions. It's the second year the sport has been in the Masters Games and sees competitors donning period dress and shooting with guns from the Old West era.
It doesn't matter what your level of fitness is or your ability, everyone's there to have good fun, and everyone lets everyone have good fun.
The Laverys are keen enthusiasts of the sport, embracing their cowboy and cowgirl nicknames of Bobby Steele and Miss Kitty Russell. Prior to the pandemic, the pair often travelled to America to compete, so are pleased the sport's been picked up by the Masters Games.
Because it's filling in for a lot of what we used to do overseas, potentially go overseas and do, so it's nice to have another thing to do in New Zealand.
The couple will have their guns at the ready when the Games start in Dunedin on February 5th. In Ashburton, the South Today.
In this week's Global Insight, Professor Robert Patman takes a look at the Chilean general election. The international affairs commentator says there could be issues for New Zealand if right-wing presidential candidate Jose Antonio Cast wins.
Welcome, Robert.
Morning, Bruce.
How would a lurch to the right affect New Zealand's relationship with Chile?
Well, it's difficult to predict. We certainly don't know that's going to happen yet. I mean, Boris he's still within a good shout. He can still win. But what is significant is the shift to the right in the Congress, which means that the left-wing program that was envisaged by someone like Boris, even if he's president, probably cannot actually operationalise it now, cannot implement it. So that is a problem. But if, say, Cast wins, that could be, I think, a potential problem for New Zealand. After all, he is a bit of a supporter of, or he practices the sort of populist politics that Donald Trump's associated with. And having someone like someone who admires Donald Trump within the comprehensive and progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership might cause problems. It might make the task of, from New Zealand's point of view, it's a problem because New Zealand, particularly after COVID-19, we're not through it yet, of course, but in the post-COVID world, if you want to put it that way, New Zealand wants to see more international rules, more authoritative international institutions. One thing COVID-19 has shown is the complete absence of any global health authority to deal with a pandemic. So countries have had to deal with it in a piecemeal way. I think the vision of the current government in Wellington is that we should use COVID-19 to deepen the rule of law, increase more, build up more authoritative international institutions. Well, if we have Mr. Cast in the Trans-Pacific Partnership and becoming prominent in Latin American politics, that would be seen as a source of frustration.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Catch us next time on Global Insight. Noho ora mai.
And you can watch the full interview with Professor Patman online at odt.co.nz. After the break on The South Today, we take a look at tomorrow's weather for you.
Black Friday flash sale. It's a total price blackout at My Mate John's. For a limited time, he's taken a whopping 30% off everything. 30% off Dunedin's biggest range of beds. 30% off Dunedin's lowest price furniture. 30% off everything store-wide. Plus pay it off over 30 months interest-free. Black Friday flash sale.
Where'd you get that furniture from? Stafford Street. And My Mate John.
Get on down to the University of Otago Oval this Sunday the 28th of November for a double header. The Sparks versus the Central Hinds and the Bolts versus the Central Stags.
G'day, Marina Lamplighter from the Sparks here. We have a fantastic team this year, so come down and support us. We'd love to see you there.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Welcome back. And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Dunedin's Fable Hotel has been named as the top hotel in Oceania at a prestigious awards, winning several categories. White Ribbon Day is remembered in Dunedin, with everyone encouraged to ask for help, with people sharing their stories. And we have a guided tour through one of Christchurch's managed isolation facilities to see what goes on behind the scenes. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Joe Simpson. What have you got for us tomorrow?
So tomorrow we have more on today's news. As National Party leader Judith Collins was removed in a vote of no confidence. But what was Jackie Dean's involvement in this? You'll have to see tomorrow's paper to find out.
Can't wait to find out about that one.
And Cardrona is up for sale after more than 15 years of planning. A $650 million 600-lot development is underway, with millions of dollars of land already sold. And it's the end of the youth hostels, as New Zealand Youth Hostel Association closes all its hostels after 90 years.
Oh, that's sad. And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Looking at the situation, fine and mild tomorrow, but some rain and colder temperatures arriving on Saturday in time for the weekend. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, it's a wet start for Greymouth with showers and a high of 18 degrees. Westport misses the rain, but we'll see cloudy skies for most of the day with 17. Moving to the northeast, moderate winds and cloud cover for this region. Warm temperatures with 23 degrees for Nelson, and Blenheim reaches 25. The warm temperatures and cloud cover continue for the Canterbury region with moderate winds. Kaikoura reaches 20, Christchurch 24 and Ashburton 23. Moving to the southern towns, rain and increasing southeasterlies blow through these towns with a high of 14 for the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore. The rain also reaches central Otago with variable winds and a high of 16 degrees for Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra. It's wet for Te Anau too, with a high of 14 degrees and southeasterlies increasing throughout the day. Moving to the northern towns along the coast, Timaru has moderate northwesterlies with high cloud and 24 degrees. Oamaru has variable winds with rain later on and 19. Inland Twizel and Amarama will see northwesterlies decrease with rain developing later on and 18 degrees. The cloud thickens in Dunedin tonight with northwesterlies and an overnight low of 9. It's overcast tomorrow with mild northerlies in the morning and cooler southerlies developing during the afternoon, with some outbreaks of light rain at first, becoming heavier during the afternoon. A high of 18 and a low of 8. Rain clears but remains overcast and cold on Saturday, with southerlies dying out and northeasterlies developing later on. A high of 13 and a low of 10. Invercargill sees cloud increase and rain developing tonight with a low of 11 degrees. Tomorrow, periods of rain with winds tending towards colder southeasterlies. Then the rain clears tomorrow night with fresh northwesterly winds, a high of 14 and a low of 9. And it's mostly fine on Saturday with sunny periods and some cloud and cold southeasterlies, looking at a high of 14 and a low of 7. And that's the news for this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. Nō reira, kia pai te pou, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.